Afternoon. This video documentation is in regards to the Sonar Subaru WRX headlights. I understand that you're reporting that you might be having some issues with the low beam. I want to let you know that for the factory halogen settings model, the pin layout is fairly straightforward, being the case that the manufacturer color coded each wires accordingly to what it's functioning for. So if I've isolated the low beam wire, because you can see from the backing, from the H7 connector right here, you can see it's a blue color wire with the grounding negative wire coming from here, and it's just plugged into an H7 halogen bulb inside here. So this being said, the only thing that I'm just following is a blue color wire right to this, and then I connected my positive lead from my 12 volt power supply that I'm using right here. So there are several grounding negatives on the underside of the connector. There's 4 wires, but if you look carefully, the wire that's the low beam grounding negative wire is going to be actually from, looking at this 2 section that's gridded out, and then this 1 section gridded out. Make sure your connector is facing this way. So from this side, it's going to be the second pin from this side. This one's going to be your positive. The lower one is going to be your negative. So I'm going to go ahead and put my alligator clamps for my positive and negative lead accordingly. So the red for positive. I'll put the second one from this side for positive. Sorry, bear with me. And then this yellow alligator clamp is going to be my ground negative. I'm going to go ahead and put the second pin from the this side, and that's my grounding negative. So once I put those 2 pins in, I'm just going to fire up my my power supply, and you'll see the low beam working with no problem. So power on, you see the low beam come on, no problem. I'm powering directly from the connector, just like you would from your factory connector, connecting right in. So I understand that you're mentioning that you've already replaced the bulbs and checked everything. If you do have factory halogen settings from stock, not factory xenon, technically these pins should be the ones that are controlling the low beam. So ideally, I'm wondering on your female end from your OEM connectors, you mentioned that when you reconnect your stock OEMs that you have no problems with the low beam. But please make sure that these 2 pins from the side that I showed you, when it mates on your female OEM connectors, that you do have no that is going to the correct pin layout instead. So the other thing is, let's see, if you do have a 12 volt power supply or even your car battery and you have some alligator clamps that you can lead out to bench test the connector, this will be the surefire way to test the headlights to see if the issues with the headlights or if there's some issues with the connections that's being mated with this connection with your female stock connection. Again, the pin layout for these lights are fairly straightforward, so I really want to double check to make sure, because we do bench test all these headlights prior to shipping them out. So if you can please advise regarding your troubleshoots on your end, it would be really helpful for me to better understand what you're running into. I'll go ahead and provide this link. Thank you so much for your time.